6 games left in the season. We are currently 6 points ahead, and we're mostly healthy, which is good. We're still giving away games late, which is probably going to be par for the course for this save. We have our youth intake to look at today, and then we are playing Bayer in the Pokal semifinals. So, you know, fun times, fun times. My name's FM21, and this is the Red Devils Rising. Now, let me switch this over here. Before we look at our past results, we are going to look at our youth intake. It's not the best youth intake. I will be the first to admit it. I do have a new director of football, or a new head of youth development. Let's take a look at that guy here just a second. Oh, he's right here. Hervé Guigon from France. I got him in because he's nice working with youngsters. He's a model citizen. His player ability and his player potential is nice. He knows France fairly well. He also has a decent adaptability. His determination level, discipline, management, motivating is also nice. I don't know how big a role that has in youth development, but one of the other things I was looking for was someone who kind of played my style. Now, I play more of a gegenpress style and a 4-2-4. The problem is the 4-2-4 is not a common formation. So I went with a 4-4-2 because that's fairly close to what I do run. The 4-4-2 has more in common with the 4-2-4 than the 4-3-2-1 does, or the 4-2-3-1 does. So, but he is solid. He's also wanted by Salzburg. So, you know, I guess I chose him right. So let's take a look here. First up, Dustin Bloom. Star and a half current ability, 4.5 star potential ability. That is not bad, all things considered. Physically, he's pretty good. Mentally, he's pretty good. The only bad score really is a positioning, and that's 5. Technically, 10 dribbling, 7 finishing, 15 first touch, 6 passing, 12 technique. That's definitely low, but you can definitely be trained up. That is, you know, this is really, that's a decent player. Next up, David Michael. Defensive left back. Half-star current ability, 3-star, 3.5 star potential ability. Physically, the strength could be higher. Mentally, okay, the concentration is lacking. We could definitely work on that. Decision-making, determination, and teamwork are great. The work rate's nice. Technically, he needs help, but again, he's 16 years old. So you know what? We're gonna sign him as well. I can only offer him a 1-year youth contract. That's interesting. Okay. Patrick Obeng, 16-year-old midfielder. That's not bad, but I think I'm going to pass on signing him right away. We'll check out the next 2 players here. Oliver Diddle. Half-star current ability, 3-star potential ability. Nice determination, nice teamwork. Marking and tackling are already decent. Physically, the strength is a little bit on the low side, but you know, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to wait. And then Alex Jensen. Those technicals are way too low. It's not bad, but it's not good. Mirko Otoviani. The bravery's nice. Decision-making, determination, teamwork, and positioning are pretty nice. Physically, they're saying 2.5 star, or they're saying 2-star, 3-star potential, which leads me to believe that he can get better physically and mentally, but maybe not technically. We'll see what they recommend at the end. So, if you haven't seen it yet, I would highly recommend checking out Zealand's new GAN face pack. It uses AI to essentially create pictures. As a matter of fact, I will show you kind of what that, well, I'm going to do the transition here. This is Dustin Bloom, my new signee, and frankly, it's not a good photo. So you're not going to be able to see me open this off screen. But what you're going to do is open up the new GAN manager. Actually, I'm going to save this here real quick. We'll transition back here in just a second. So what I do for generating new gen faces with Zealand's new mod pack, which is absolutely brilliant. It took a little hoop jumping to get through if you want to replace all the youth intake people, new gens, good grief, at the same time. You go to players, you go to edit search, you create a search and you put in your age parameter, in which case this time we're going to go 15 through 17. And then you add your condition, and your condition is going to be region of birth, and you're going to add that for every single region. Region of birth is Caribbean, or region of birth is Central Africa, all the way down. And that is going to get you every single new gen that's been created. Then you have to load the custom view, in which case it's script player search. You click the name, click the first name, hit Control A, and it's going to select all the names. Eventually, there's 18,000 of them, so it's going to take a bit. We're going to go up to Preferences, Print Screen, Text File, and just, we'll call this Youth 2023. And then in the New GAN Manager interface, you select your profile, you select your text file, your RTF file that you just exported. You're going to click Generate and click Replace Faces. And because it has 18,000 faces to go through, it's going to take a little bit of time. So I'm going to stop this here real quick, and when we transition back, I will show you the youth players. So, theoretically speaking, if I've done this correctly and there's been no PIBCAC errors, once the program is done running, you have to reload your skin. Make sure you have the use cache to decrease. Reload your skin. I just did that, and then if we go back, oh look, that's Dominic Shad. That's not who we're looking for. Youth intake players. Oh, Dustin Bloom. He's got a better beard at 17 than I can ever hope to have it for him. So, we look at David Michael. Oh, hey. So, and they did a really good job with this. Now, the cool thing is, say, I go to Seoul in the Q League, or in the K League, if I look at their players and go to their under 18 squad, okay, this guy is brand new, and look, because I had selected him, he's got a face too, and he's very, very Asian, which is very, very cool. They did a brilliant job with the mod. So the mod's a heck of a lot more brilliant than our youth intake, but this youth intake isn't bad. It isn't good as the last couple of seasons, but it's still pretty good. The takeover rumors are still not to be believed. They've been going on for the better part of a year now. You can hear George eating over the background because he knows I'm recording. And looking at our past results, we last played Fortuna Düsseldorf in Nuremberg. Grutherford, we beat 2-0. Nabil Touazi is back from his injury mostly. Got 2 goals, one of which was in extra time. Against Dresden, we salvaged victory. We completely and totally FM them. 2 goals in 4 minutes in the 85th and 89th minutes to salvage the draw. Against Union Berlin, we absolutely thumped them. Lucas Rosser, a hat-trick's worth of goals, and Marco Brescianini, a goal in the 36th minute. Against Darmstadt, William Goebbels was a kid possessed. Hat-trick's worth of goals. Gergic had a goal. And then against Arminia Bielefeld, I guess what's good for the goose is good for the gander. We were up 3-1 with 84 minutes in the game gone. They got 2 goals in 2 minutes to claw the draw back. That currently leaves us in first place on 56 points with 6 games to play. Lucas Rosser and William Goebbels each have 16 goals. Volkov, Jamelka, the highest average rating. Rosser and Gennaro each with 9 assists. Goebbels, 5 players in the match awards. Jamelka, 8 yellow cards. That's to be expected. Gennaro has the 1 red card. In our 28 matches played, our 66 goals scored, our best in the 2 Bundesliga. Our 36 goals allowed, our 9th worst. Our 37 yellow cards, our 7th worst. We have 1 red card. And our stadium is about 75% full. Money-wise, I have yet to really kind of figure this out, some of the behind-the-scenes stuff. Our overall balance is almost 13 million euros. We've lost money this month, but that's not unusual. What's unusual is I've signed players for next season. They're not going to be here for next season, but they're already counting their contract, the money I'm spending on their contract, against us. So I'm not really spending 251,000 euros on payroll. I'm only spending about 234. But we have today Paderborn and Bayern coming up. I stopped to record the youth intake, and then we'll play Ingolstadt offline here, and then come back for Paderborn and Bayer. Or we'll come back for Paderborn and Bayer, because then if we win, we're in the semifinal. If we win, the final will be sometime over here. If we don't, we can still come back for Sandhausen and a season recap, and then figure out what the heck we're going to do next. So back in a bit with our game at Paderborn. Well, Paderborn's a solid squad. If I remember correctly, I think we drew with them last time. But, it's entirely possible. I'm entirely wrong. But we got Mazzini in goal, Shad, Jamelka, Bailey, and Redondo are the defensive back four. Gennaro and Bresciani are the midfielders. Markovic and Francisco are the attacking midfielders. Rosa and Goebbels up top as the strikers. Decore is out probably for the rest of the season with a leg injury. I did... I'm going to pick us because I'm a narcissist that way. Plus, we've got a 6-point lead, so I do believe we have everything it takes. It's entirely possible we could fall flat on our face. Lord knows I've seen that happen to other players, and I've come close to doing it a couple of times myself. Ballet takes the shot, saws it past Mazzini, and they put one up on us 2 minutes into the game. See what I mean? Now it begins. Oh, got this a little too high here. Well, to be fair, it was a good header by Meyer. Looks like we don't have the best home crowd today. I wonder if that's because of the weather. Meyer. Knocked away. Ananu's going to get there. Back to Kapik, to Schonlau. Back to Kapik. Tries feeding it in. Redondo, however, gets it to Gennaro, who gets it to Francisco. He cuts inside. Is he going to try and do it all himself? No, he drops it off to Markovic. It goes off of Huth and in for the equalizer. That was interesting. I wonder if Huth misplayed that. Let's see this in the 3D. Oh, Huth got a hand on it, but it wasn't enough to stop it. Meyer sends it in. It's knocked back to him by Brescianini. I did ask to extend Brescianini's loan again. We'll have to see what happens there as Moreno scores. Mizian was beaten too far. You think I would know how to pronounce the players on my squad's names? He was way out of position for that. I think that's just a case of where the animation doesn't fit what actually happened. Half hour in. Let's give some encouragement to the guys. Ilrugi. Jamelka. Oh, a nice move by the defender. Stopped that. That would have been a great goal. Shad. It's knocked away, but Gennaro's going to run it down. Gets it out to Jamelka. Gennaro. To Shad. Roser. Back to Markovic. Back out to Shad. He gets it to Gennaro. Back to Shad. Roser can't get the foot on it. And Nanu just knocks it out of bounds. They're defending really well. Meyer with the corner kick. Oh, and Thalhammer's shot is blocked by Redondo and it goes out of bounds. Shad with the throw-in to Goebbels. Back to Shad. Dispossessed by Meyer, but Shad gets the ball back to Redondo. He crosses in. Roser's there, but he hits it too hard and it goes over the crossbar. And that is halftime. Paderborn leads us 2-1 with 4 shots, 3 on target to our 11-6. Tell the guys to show me something else in the second half. Ananu with the throw-in. Thalhammer can't handle it. Markovic's going to get there. Gets it up to Goebbels. Turns around. Drives towards the center of the field. Gets by one defender. He has help. Roser takes the shot, but he pushes it wide left. I think he probably could have moved it forward a little bit before taking that shot. guys are just not performing. About 62 minutes in, let's make a couple of subs here. We're going to switch Shad and Redondo and bring on Meyer. The only other person who's really kind of having a bad game is Mazzini. I think what I am going to do is bring on Tuazi for Francisco, switch him and Gubbles. Markovic's going to take Gubbles' spot. Gubbles is going to be... he likes being an inverted winger on the left. So we're going to do that. We're going to leave Tuazi on the right. And see if that changes some things. Demand some more from the players. See if we can't get the equalizer. Shad. Bounces his cross off Thalhammer. Acevedo just bangs it forward. Bailey's going to run it back. Gets it to Jamelka. Gennaro. Long pass. Tuazi's there. Takes the shot. Puts it far post and in. That was nice. Rosser wants a new contract. And depending on what the payroll looks like next year, he may or may not get it. I have players like Tuazi on the bench who can come in and replace him, and I may be able to find someone who's younger and just as good as Rosser. And it's one of those cases where, am I going to pay 50,000 euros? Oh, nice try by Shad. For a 29-year-old striker who's maybe 3-star ability, or, 3-star, he's 3-star current, 3-star potential. What if I find a 21-year-old who's 3-star current, 4-star potential, and I get him for 50,000? He's going to improve. Markovic is there with the goal that puts us ahead. That was really nice. I have no idea what George is barking at. It's a nice cross by Shad. Markovic was right there. Didn't have to stop or anything. Not a lot the Paderborn keeper could do there. Acevedo to Menig. And Mazzini comes up and smothers the ball. As long as we don't screw it up here. Rosser gets by one defender, the other, Markovic. Back to Gennaro, Tuazi. Gennaro gets it to Gubbles, takes the shot, and that's an extra time goal. Who would have thought? That's the game winner for sure, I think. Unless FM does something decidedly FM and gives them 2 goals in 2 minutes. Stranger things have happened. I've seen them happen. I've had them happen to me. A very nice goal by Gubbles, though. I believe he and Markovic are tied for 16 this season. Marlos. See? 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 "94 minutes and 40 seconds into 4 minutes of extra time. That's what I get for speaking out loud. And we get a 4-3 victory, although it should have been a 3-2 victory. But you know what? A win is a win. I am not going to discount it. Still 6 points ahead of Hamburg, who beat Arminia Bielefeld. I think it's going to be a question of who between Hamburg and Fortuna Dusseldorf comes in second. I've got to fix my training here because they threw the Bayer game and I forgot to go back in and fix my training. So I am going to have my assistant do the press conference here. I'm going to fix my training, and we're going to be back with our DFB-Pokal semifinal match against Bayer Leverkusen in just a bit. Well, not only is Decore out for the rest of the season, they're saying 3 to 7 weeks with his leg injury. Redondo hurt his leg this week. He is nowhere near match fit or healthy, and as a result, I am very, very thin at defensive left back. We have our not exactly best 11 out on the field, but it's my best available 11. So we got Mazzini in goal, Reeder, Jamelka, Bailey, and Shad as the defensive back four. Brescianini and Gennaro as the midfielders. Brescianini's loan agreement was extended into next season. Markovic and Francisco as the attack midfielders. Rosser and Goebbels up top as the strikers. Bayer's a good team. See if they still have anybody I recognize. Diaby, Lee Kangin. Yeah, they're a really good team. And for some reason, their player didn't have the face done. I wonder if I screwed something up when I did the new gens. Markovic gets it to Goebbels. Hrdecki stops that. Was going out anyways, but it was still a nice save. Hrdecki gives it away. Shad gets it to Brescianini, to Gennaro. Long pass towards Markovic, but Hanko steps in front of that. Diaby. Back to Hanko. To Plakios. Back to Hanko. To Diaby. Aranguez back to Plakios. Diaby running forward. Finds the hole. Instead, takes the shot and pushes it high, wide, and right. Kang in with a corner kick. And again, it's headed over the crossbar. We're wearing our home red. They're wearing their away black and red, and it just looks confusing on the field, to be honest with you. Bender tries throwing it in. It's knocked away. Aranguez is going to run that down. Gives it to Plakios. Back to Aranguez. Back and forth. Bender has it now. To Aranguez. Plakios gets it up. Diaby's there. What the heck is there? Diaby. What the heck? Mazzini should have stopped that. Backheel pass to Plakios. Diaby's there. He's right there. And he dives like over the ball. Good grief. I swear, for every good play he makes, he has a boneheaded one like that. Gennaro. Back to Francisco. Francisco, trying to do too much as usual. Gets it to Rosser. His pass is bounced off. Ends up at Reeder's foot from Markovic. Reeder's dispossessed by Diaby. Gets it up to Schick, but Jamelka steps in front of him. Reeder to Gennaro. Brescianini to Gennaro. Back and forth. Markovic. Back to Brescianini. Out to Reeder. Oh, Francisco was there. That was a really nice pass. Oh, the defenders were all on the 6-yard line. I gotta see if I can pause this. So there's Reeder. So all the Bayer defenders are on the 6-yard line right there, just right by it. And you have Francisco right here. Reeder kind of cuts inside. They move back. Francisco steps back out and just hits it right in the gap. That was really well done. That was really well done. Jamelka gets the ball up to Markovic. He's dispossessed by Plakios. How is that not a foul? Hanko. Oh, Gennaro stepped in front of that. Gets the ball to Rosser, to Goebbels. 1-on-1, and he pushes his shot just wide right. Corner kick in. Goebbels gets it to Brescianini. Back out to Francisco. Oh, Ta knocks that away. Schick is going to run that down. Bayern surges forward. Schick is dispossessed by Reeder. That was well done. Reeder just bangs it forward. Rosser's there. Nice first touch. Dispossessed by Dorfel. Lee King. Oh, that was a bad pass. A couple of bad passes. Ends up back at Aranguez's feet. Diaby gets by Reeder. Takes the shot. Mazzini just punches that over the crossbar. Corner kick in, and Ta heads it in for his first goal of the season. What happened there? Ta just broke King and put it right there. None of the defenders did anything to stop it. Oh, Markovic gives the ball away. Oh, Jamelka gets it back. Francisco surging forward. Said surging quite a bit. Shad to Brescianini to Shad. Gubbels picked up a knock somewhere. We'll have to take a look at that at halftime here. Francisco to Shad. In the box. Dispossessed. Gets it back. Gubbels is there and he scores. His 19th of the season, we equalize. I don't know. He seems to be doing okay there. I didn't see anything come up about him being injured. So we'll have to see. Yeah, there was no way that was getting stopped. Not where the ball was placed. He's got a tight calf. We'll keep an eye on him. I've got Tuazi on the bench I could bring in. Or I could also move Markovic up as well. Oh, now he's... Oh, good God. So we'll bring on Tuazi. Hopefully it's nothing long-term. If it is, I think we'll still be okay, but... Farron to Diaby. And Mazzini, a very nice stop. See, for every boneheaded play that he has in the game, he has at least an equally nice one as well. I just wish it would balance out more. Brescianini lets that go through. Be a throw-in for us. Gubbels wasn't indicating he wanted to come off. Farron to Bender. To Schick, to Palacios, Lee Kangane, to Aranguez, back to Palacios, out to Farron, to Bender, Palacios, to Farron, Bender all alone on the right, gets it back to Aranguez, Palacios top of the box, Lee Kangane back and forth, they're just trying to create a hole, Schick, Kangane, Farron, Bender, Aranguez, oh good grief, Diaby's dispossessed, Brescianini gets it back, to Mazzini, who just bangs it forward to Markovic. He holds it up. Tuazi's there, tries taking the shot, gets it back, and scores. Well done, Nabil. The question is, do I want to make any substitutions? Yeah, I do. So we're going to pause that there. What I want to do is get Brescianini off and bring on Gergic. But I don't remember, is Gergic a deep line playmaker? He is. Yeah, he's a better deep line playmaker than he is box midfielder. Gennaro's kind of gassed too, but he doesn't have a yellow card. Gergic, Tuazi, dispossessed. Ball's just given away. Shad gets it to Reeder. Back to Mazzini. He gets it to Shad. Long pass. Goes right to Hanko. What was up with that? Hradecki returns the favor. Shad steps in front of that. Gets it to Francisco. Lee Kangane dispossesses him. Farron. Up to Schick. Bender. Lee Kangane. He's shadowed. Gets the ball to Farron. Aranguez. Diaby's there, and he blasts that into the back of the net. Oh, there's somebody offsides. Yeah, somebody was offsides. We are going to make one more sub here. Gennaro is gassed. I've got Ray on the bench. Bender to Schick. Back to Aranguez. Diaby. Palacios, Farron rather, and who got in front of him? Shad got in front of him. That was well done. Can we hold on? Jamelka to Francisco, back to Shad, bangs it forward, and I don't know why, because Tuazi wasn't going to get there. Farron to Bender. Farron recovers. Breaks towards the inside, gives the ball up. Gergic gives it to Tuazi. He feeds Rosser, who got by the defender, and his shot is blocked by Hradecki. Looked like he'd been fouled. The play kind of stopped there for a minute. Gergic Sends the corner in. Rote knocks it down. It goes to Farron, who gets it up to Lee Kang-in. It is 2-on-2 for the moment. Our defenders got back first. It may not matter. Kang is dispossessed, and Bailey just knocks the ball out of bounds. Or he was fouled. Orengas taps it to Kang-in. Gets it out to Schick on the left. He was offsides. How is he offsides? 2 minutes of extra time left. Bayer's last chance. Mazzini saves that. Holds on to it, just wastes some time. I should have put the time wasting in that on. Bangs it forward. Ta gives the ball away to Markovic. Oh, tried feeding Rote, but Dragovic stepped in front of him. Ball's given away Shad. Twazi's not even challenging for the ball. Good grief. Francisco gets it to go over the crossbar. Twazi's had the ball hit towards him like 3 or 4 times now, and he's just kind of watched it go by. I don't know if that's because he's determined he's not going to get it no matter what he does, or if he's just lazy and is going to fight it. Amiri is stopped by, who's the number 17? Reeder. And something happened. Someone on our side was fouled. So Markovic ends up with the ball off the kick. Twazi can't get it. See, I don't know that he went up and even fought for that with Bender. Farron is dispossessed, and that is the game. We beat Bayer, and we are in the Pokal final. Holy cow, that was a heck of a game. Got to see what happened to Gubbles, though. Lee Kang-in was a good player of the match. Gubbles. Oh, just a tight calf. Received $2.8 million for playing in the semifinal. That'll do nothing but help us. We're playing FC Augsburg in the final. They're 13th in the Bundesliga. Anybody on... You know what? We'll just go... Team reports. Senior squad. Scout report. Team report. Jensen Peters. That was a heck of a game. Now the question is, when are we playing them? At the end of the season. So what we will do is come back for the DFB-Pokal final against Augsburg, have an end-of-season recap, and figure out what we're going to do in the summertime. That was 2 really good games. The Paderborn game was a lot closer than it should have been. The Pokal game, that was a good game, though. It was a lot of really good defensive plays by my guys. You know, honestly, it's games like that make you fall in love with Football Manager. I mean, even when your players do stupid stuff like Mazzini does, they'll come up with some brilliant saves. And your defenders, who are clearly outclassed by the quality of player they're facing, come up with some brilliant saves as well. Yeah, they may have been desperate, but they were still good. And I better do this before something happens. There we go. Well, if you did like what you've seen and heard, please have a like. Subscribe to the channel for more content. Questions, criticisms, comments, leave those down below. I will answer those as fast as I can. I am FM21. I thank you for watching.